Bismillah. Welcome back, Zoo Crew. It's the final stretch of this 90-day journey, and I'm quite ready for it to be over. I guess today we can talk about routines, you know? So it's been a few weeks since I've been out of routine, and inshallah, from tomorrow, it's a new week. I'm no longer recovering from this cold and things are back in order, you know. So I'm planning to hit the gym and I'm going to be doing 12-week program this time around. So it's going to be a strength building one instead of a 9-week shred. I guess we can talk about that. So week 1, so this upcoming week, it's going to be 12 reps for 4 sets at 100 pounds. The week after, it's gonna do 115 pounds, 9 reps, 4 sets. And then the week after that will be 130 pounds, 4 sets, 6 reps. And then week 4 will be 145 pounds for 3 reps, 4 sets. And then it restarts, and I'll do that same cycle 3 times. So 12 weeks in total. And I do like a full body circuit when I go. This is why I like Good Life, because it has all the machines set up, you know, so I can just superset everything. And really it takes anywhere from like 20 minutes to 40 minutes, 60 minutes at the most if the gym is busy and I gotta like wait around on machines, you know. Yeah, I had gone like the last time and I was doing like 145 for 6, but it was a bit strenuous because I had taken a big break and I didn't really like progress properly into the weights, you know. So when you're trying to build muscle and lose weight, I guess you could say, you want to be focusing on volume. When you want to be building strength, it's more so your form and the weight, and you don't really need high reps, right? So this is like my own unique program that I've created after having so many random different personal trainers and like trying so many different ways of working out, you know. But really the key is consistency, and outside of that it's very much what you eat. So I had pretty much gotten rid of my belly, and then this was like mostly with the walks and then like eating clean via Vittel. And then for the last like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I've just been eating straight junk food on Uber Eats, and that shit has caught up with me, you know. And honestly, I don't even remember the last time I weighed myself, so that's probably another thing. When you're weighing yourself, especially if you have like a smart scale, which are like pretty cheap these days with the app connected to your phone, you can kind of see where you're at, and it becomes a lot easier to track your progress, you know. And outside of that, we were looking at the Aura Ring today and the Whoop, debating between getting one of those things to help with tracking, especially for like sleep, because that's my like biggest issue is sleeping properly. And then especially if you're like going to the gym like 5 to 6 times a week, if you don't rest and recover properly, like you're not going to be able to have a good workout or like have good output, you know. And when I'm in routine, it's very easy to go 5 times a week, especially if I'm like close to the gym, like 5-10 minutes away. It's one less kind of obstacle. But this is the thing, when it's like I gotta drive 20 minutes to the gym and I'm out of routine, it's not something I want to do, because in general, I like to be in a sedentary lifestyle. Like I'm not somebody who will just be like, yeah, let's go fucking work out, let's go play soccer, let's go play football, or any of these things, you know. Even like growing up, I was never very much into sports. I've always been more of like an introvert slash nerd. Like I much prefer playing video games, or like board games, things where you're using your mind more so than your body. But again, like we've discussed in previous videos, you need to have a physically strong body, you need to have a physically strong mind, and like a strong spirit, right? So mind, body, soul. All of these things need to be in alignment for you to live the quote unquote good life, you know? So, yeah, I guess for this week, maybe for the next few weeks, I'm gonna try my hand at being vegan. I was vegan once upon a time, but that was more so just because I had signed up for Vital, and this is before I knew the owner of Vital and before I knew it was halal. So I had been eating just vegan food, and to be honest, like you have a lot of mental clarity, and you are not like using all of your energy to like digest food, right? So, and like even if you're like vegetarian, right? It's just that it takes some getting used to, takes some adjusting, especially because you have to eat more things, I guess you could say, to get the same amount of protein. Although I'm not sure if that's true or if that's just bro science, you know? And yeah, I mean, when Phil was in town, him and his girlfriend are like full blown vegan, and they seem to be fine and enjoying life. So might be worthwhile for me to hit him up and get some recipes or something. I don't know, you know? Uh, I do know Indian food that's vegetarian is generally the best vegetarian food you'll find because most like proper Indian people are just pure vegetarian. They only eat veg, they don't eat meat, right? Some of them are eggetarian or like pescatarian, so they'll also eat eggs or like fish, but for the most part, it's just like dal, lentils, chickpeas, this kind of stuff. Speaking of which, we did go for some dosa tonight, and overall it was pretty good. Biryani Wala, I'd been there before, but decided to go again. However, so normally a dosa, it's like a crispy crepe, you could say, and it has a potato filling. But for some reason, this place's potato filling was very minimal compared to most dosa places, you know? But I mean, it is what it is. Like, what do you expect in Ottawa, especially like late night, right? And yeah, I mean, all in all, it's been a pretty good weekend, you could say. Been hanging out with Mina. We had some fun yesterday, watched a couple movies, did some errands today, did some grocery shopping, went to Costco, Farm Boy, Loblaws, went for some walks, um, Popeyes to get some supplements, you know? So, all in all, it's been a pretty good day, pretty good weekend, and it should be a pretty good week. I was supposed to have some viewings tomorrow for a couple of houses, but they've been rescheduled since my realtor buddy forgot that it's family day. And to be honest, I didn't realize it was family day either, just because I don't follow the same schedule as most people or like corporate people, you know. However, I do have my first session of EMDR tomorrow, so that should be interesting. And for those of you who don't know what EMDR is, it's a type of therapy designed towards helping people overcome PTSD. So that should be interesting, and something my older sister had recommended to me for a while. And like when I had my first assessment done after my like whole Winnipeg debacle, the person who did my assessment, like one of, had suggested, oh, like you should do EMDR and like CBT and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't need this, you know. And here we are, like almost 3 years later, and finally gonna start. So check back tomorrow for more information on EMDR, you know? And then Tuesday I got a bunch of viewings. So hopefully before this week ends, I will know where I'll be moving to, especially because this is a short month and I want to have everything locked in. Paperwork signed before March, you know? Although this is another thing I do have to figure out. Like, so let's say I'm set to move in on March 1st and I'm set to check out of this Airbnb the same day. what am I gonna do for furniture, right? Because I suspect I can't probably get all my furniture and like have it all set up in the same day. So ideally, it would be nice if I could like start taking shit to the new place before I have to check out of the Airbnb. But that's a moot point. Like, first I gotta figure out where I'm going, you know? But yeah, I'm not even sure what day this is. It's either day 87 or day 88 of 90. So we're almost at the end. And day 90, I will do like a recap of all of the lessons I've learned over the 90 days. But yeah, I mean, it's been a busy day. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I guess I'm tired quite a bit in this 90-day journey, which is fair given like all of the life changes that have been going on and all of the new developments, you know? So that's it for tonight's Zoo Crew. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow.